no prisoner on the committee commissioned to review systems at the nation's prisons. The confirmation from the Minister of Justice, under whose portfolio the prisons fall, Emmanuel George. The minister also says the preliminary report will also be handed in by the end of Friday. Liron Bromell reports.
There has been some amount of confusion over whether or not an inmate of the prisons has been named to the Prime Minister's committee that has been set up to address various concerns at the correctional institution. The Justice Minister, Emmanuel George, told First Up host Paul Riches this is not so.
Daniel Khan, who is the Inspector of Prisons, has a remit as Inspector of Prisons to visit the prisons, look at the infrastructure, determine what are the shortcomings and issues that have to be addressed in respect of that, and also to speak with the prisoners and with the prison officers and the Commissioner of Prisons to determine what are the issues that the prisoners feel uncomfortable with. And it's via his voice that the issue of the issues that confront the prisoners or make the prisoners uncomfortable are brought to the committee.
Minister George, who took over from Chrislyn Moore following the last cabinet shake-up in September, also says the report, which will suggest solutions to issues within the prisons, is also going to be submitted by the end of Friday. An 8-member committee, headed by criminologist Professor Ramesh Diosaran, has been established to treat with the rising violence at the maximum security prison, following outbursts by prisoners earlier this week. Persons are also questioning whether or not the recommendations will be implemented after a number of assessments have been done in the prison system over the past decades, and various suggestions were put forward. One such is the Abdullah Report of 1980.
We would be hopeful that in this particular situation, or this particular case here, what has happened with the recent happenings in the prison and the commissioning and the commission by the Prime Minister of this particular committee, that we will have a more proactive approach to dealing with the recommendations that have come out of all of these reports.
Minister George is also cautioning that if and when recommendations are implemented, for persons not to expect the proverbial magic pill to immediately solve the issues affecting the prisons. The committee is also to address the issue of safety of prisons officers. Liron Bromell,